Hey guys, Razorblade Apple Films here. Today we're going to be doing a review on another Kershaw Emerson collaboration. This is the CQC 4KXL. So, still a mouthful like the other one I had. So I've only had this knife for about a month, but I'm going to be doing this review now because this is going to be the last day I have it, because I actually am giving this knife to my friend. But, just going over the features real fast. You got the Parkerized type pocket clip with the Emerson skull on there. I really like these pocket clips, honestly. It's not deep carry, but that's so the Emerson wave feature can work. But, I don't really have a problem with that. But it would be cool if this was deep carry. It's got a lanyard hole right there, so if you carry that, if you care about that, then it's got it. It's got G10 scale on this side. And the G10 is not very grippy at all. If anyone has a Kershaw Chill, it's basically like that. But, this side's going to be kind of slick. It's got the pivot screw right here, which isn't a torque screw, but that makes it a lot more interesting. I mean, a lot more, not interesting. It makes it a lot more just simple to adjust that, which mine came perfectly centered, and it's pretty smooth to open, so I didn't really have to change it or anything. It's got kind of a nice, overall finish. It looks like they put a lot more time into this one for how much money it is. I mean, it's only like a $40 knife, but it's got this really nice stonewashed finish on here, which makes it look like a lot more, there's some pocket lint right there. That's not a scratch or anything. But yeah, it makes it look a lot more, expensive than it really is. And it's got this really nice finish on the blade. Stonewashed right here and kind of like brushed right here. It is made in China. And you got saber grind right here, or maybe it's a hollow grind, I don't know. Probably a hollow grind. It does get very thin towards the tip. So because this is 8CR13 MOV, that is a pretty soft steel, so if you stuck that into something and then twisted it, it could bend. So, yeah, I mean, not really much to say about this knife. I'm glad I did this review now, rather than when I first got it, because when I first got it, I really liked it, and I almost bought another one, but I guess it was just kind of that, first couple of days having it, you really like the knife. But yeah, I was really impressed with it, but like now it's kind of just like, it's an alright knife. Nothing really wrong with it, it's just there's a bunch of other knives I want. But it is a huge knife. I mean, it is big. I'll show you a size comparison later. I think it's got like a 4-inch blade. And it's got the thumb disc rather than a thumb stud, which, I have no trouble flicking it out like this. It's pretty easy to do. So, I mean, you can do that. It is a pretty smooth knife. Move the camera up a little bit. You can kind of do that, kind of drops freely. Well, yeah, it's not the smoothest knife ever, but it can still be flicked out. So, yeah, like I said, 8CR13 MOV steel. You got a nice overall finish on the knife. I like the design. I mean, the spear point and that type of handle feels really comfortable in hand, especially if you got like a really, strong grip on it like you might need for what this knife is advertised for. Because you got kind of a deep fingered groove right here, it's not going to be like riding forward. I mean, your fingers are kind of trapped by this little guard right here. You got a nice thumb ramp right there, which is also the Emerson wave feature. So, it feels comfortable in hand. It doesn't feel like I'm going to lose my grip despite having, metal on this side. And, yeah, so let's just see how sharp it is real fast. Here's a piece of phone book paper. So I haven't sharpened it that long. It does pierce pretty well. Oh. I don't know. But, it stays reasonably sharp. I don't really have to explain to everyone what 8CR13 MOV is. It's really easy to sharpen, and it doesn't hold its edge that long. It's not my favorite steel at all, but I mean, it's all you really need for a pocket knife. Speaking of steels, I'm really liking that M4 Paramilitary 2. I'm not going to show it on a size comparison on this video just because I'm still trying to get like a nice patina on it, like a natural patina, but I'm really liking that M4. It holds its edge forever and it's not that hard to sharpen. And I really like how it's a non-stainless steel. But yeah, as far as this steel, yeah, it's just all you pretty much need for this type of knife. So overall, before I do the size comparison, I'm just going to wrap this up right here. It's a good knife for the money. And if you're looking for just kind of like a bigger size knife or want to try one of these Kershaw Emersons, I definitely say this is my favorite one. So, you know, I would get it, but it's not like anything I would pay over $50 for, and it's not like the best knife ever. Actually, one thing I did want to talk about, like a little minor disappointment. There's no blade play or anything like that. Everything looks to be in pretty good order. But the blade looked like it kind of came already dinged up. The G10 had some scuffs on it. And, I mean, I didn't really care because it's a cheaper knife. It's not a knife that I would really take care of that much anyway. But it looked like someone had already carried it around for a while and had something scrubbing up against it. Because I don't know if you can really see it, but it did have a lot of scuff marks on the G10. Like, it didn't look new. And the tip wasn't like needle sharp like how you'd expect like a, I don't know, a Spyderco knife to come. It's kind of a little bit rounded actually, and it came like that from factory. But I mean, it still looks pretty sharp like from an above angle. But I don't know, just the knife had a little bit of a rounded tip. It wasn't like really sharp. Like you can press your finger pretty hard on it, it's not going to cut you're not going to cut yourself. I don't know. So, you know, there's that. Alright, so here's a quick size comparison. There is the Kershaw Emerson. Like I said, it is a really big knife. I'm trying to get my camera a little bit closer. Well, it doesn't go down that far. I'll move in a second. But, get some of my other knives out. Here's a Paramilitary 2. It's actually just a little bit bigger than the Para 2, but it's got a lot more cutting edge. The handles are actually pretty similar. Let's see. Here is a Kershaw Chill. Now let's put that on this side. And here is a highly recommended knife. This is the Kershaw Skyline with a black wash finish. Love the way this knife looks, and I love this knife. This would be another better alternative in my opinion. I mean, unless you just wanted it for the size, but I like this knife a lot. And I think it's only like $50. So let's put that right here. Like, I lined them up, I'll handle the tips of the handles together. So there's that. But like I said, like the cutting edge isn't too much longer than the Paramilitary 2. So here's how it'll ride in the pocket, and like I said, all you have to do is just kind of pull backwards, and that wave feature works pretty well. Now, because this is advertised as a tactical knife, I am going to do a spine whack test, which I like to do on all my knives just in case, just to see how well they perform. But on this one, I think it really should pass the test. I mean, I don't know if it will, I just think it should, considering it, you know, if it's made to be a tactical knife, you know, if you were using this kind of in a non-strategic, kind of panicked way, you know, you might hit something, or you might like hit a bone or something. I don't know, you just wouldn't want this knife to collapse on your fingers when you really needed it to, or when you really needed it not to. So let's just see how well it holds up. Yep. Frame lock's not really that strong, though. Then again, it does hold up to like this. I don't know. Like I said, I think you know, for the people who always say that frame locks are really strong, the liner lock on the Rat 1 didn't pass this test, and this one didn't. So, you know, I think it just depends knife to knife. But usually I don't do the spine whack that hard, but considering this is advertised as kind of a hard use tactical knife, I thought it should be able to pass that, which it didn't, not entirely. So yeah, like I said, it's still just one of those okay knives. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Do I recommend it? Honestly, I don't know. I think you could probably spend your money on something better. But I did like the knife a lot. I like the design, I like the look, but functionally it's just kind of okay. So not really much more to talk about. I think you'd probably pass on this one and not lose any sleep. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed it.